thank you so much for joining me. I am so very excited to have you here. If you're anything like me, you probably are asking for books this Christmas, so I'm going to tell you all of the books that I have on my Christmas list for this year. My family has gotten in the habit of just doing an Amazon Christmas. That way everybody can send each other the Amazon list of things that they want. Super simple, super easy to get whatever it is that they want. I usually put some books on my list just in case if there is a price requirement that you're trying to hit. So if someone's trying to spend $50 on me, if they're $10 under, they can go look. There's some books to pick from. They can add that to whatever they're getting to hit that price minimum. I have prices that I usually try to stick in between, and I like to hit that exact amount. So if I am missing anything, I do like really small and expensive gifts that I can add as filler to get that price where I want it. So that's why I add a lot of books on my list. This year I have 20. These are the 20 books that I'm asking for this Christmas, and by no means am I going to be upset if I don't get them. If I don't get them, I can just get them myself at some point. But these are all books that I have seen at one point or another, looked at the back, decided that they were really interesting, and that I wanted to grab them. So without further ado, this is my Christmas book wish list. First off, I have Gone to See the Riverman by Christopher Triana. I really don't know. But this one, I think I tried to download it onto my Kindle, and I was not able to get it at the library or on Kindle Unlimited. So with those books, obviously I don't have an option to get it on my Kindle without purchasing it. So I would rather just purchase the physical book. I don't want to purchase a Kindle book. I'd rather just have the physical books. That way if I like it, I can keep it. If I don't like it, I can get rid of it. But I very much like to own my things. I like to buy physical and not copies of things. I don't trust Amazon to not take anything away from me if worse comes to worse. So that's what I like to do. So if I am in a position where I'm not able to get books through my Kindle or anything like that for free, then I will, you know, just get the physical if I'm wanting to read it. So that one's on here because I wasn't able to get it any other way. I have 3 Shattered Souls. I currently have the first and the second book, so I am still needing the third book, I think, to complete the series. So I do want to go ahead and grab that while I can. They still have the sprayed edges, so I put that one in my wish list. Just in case if anybody wants to grab that, I can have the full set. If not, I'm gonna get it for myself anyways at some point. So we'll be getting that whether it's for Christmas or not, but I do have it on my list just in case if anybody's feeling gracious. I have Crow Talk. I actually saw this book while I was putting my other books on my wish list. I thought that the cover looked really cute. I think I read what it was about and thought it sounded interesting. I couldn't tell you what it's about, I don't remember, but I thought that the cover looked really cute. I loved the landscape on it, so I did put that one on there just as a little short, sweet book that I've not seen before. I have Psycho by Robert Bloch. I have seen this one in the bookstore many a times. I think it looks so interesting. It sounds interesting. I even think that the cover that they have at least Books A Million, I don't know about the other ones, but the book itself, it's like a tile or like backsplash type of vibe. So it's like a tiled floor or something, and then the cover is a clear plastic dust jacket, and it's got red on it, and then you can see through to the actual book underneath, so it looks like a blood splattered tile. I think it's really fascinating. I did put this one on my list. The hardcover on Amazon is not that cover that you get at Books A Million, so if nobody gets this for me, I'm gonna be fine. I like the Books A Million cover as well as the regular hardcover that they have on Amazon. I actually think it's like a special edition cover, but both of them look really cool, and I think that the idea behind the book sounds fun, so definitely have that one on here. I have Asleep by Honor Jones. Look, most of these I've read about them and they sounded good whenever I read them, so I took a photo for my Christmas list. Do I remember anything about them at this point? No. So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to tell you what they're all about, but I do have that one on here, as well as Hot Wax by ML Rio. Come on, it looks good. It looks really good. And then I also have Endling and This Is Not a Game. I think most of those are the books that I saw from Books A Million whenever I went, took photos of, thought that I wanted to add them onto my list. That's pretty much what I do. I go book shopping every now and then just take photos of them, see which ones I can get on my Kindle, which ones I can't, and then just go get the other ones that I can't. That's how I operate over here. Then I have Dungeon Crawler Carl. This whole series, I know you have seen this at the store. I think it looks so cool. The colors are so bright, and I've heard some people say that the series is really good, so I do want to dip my toes in the water. I'm only gonna get the first book just to make sure that I do like it before I start getting the other ones, but I think as a a whole, I think they all look really cool, and I also think that it sounded really interesting as well, so I am excited to try those out at some point. I think that would be really cool. I have Julie Tudor is Not a Psychopath. Look, the cover is so cute. A lot of these are just cover finds. Like, I like the cover, want to get the book. I will say this definitely stood out to the cover. I thought it sounded really interesting, so that's why that one is on here. I have Good Me, Bad Me. I think this is another one that I was not able to find on my Kindle anywhere, so I have that one on here. Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. I feel like Lynn Painter can do no wrong. Even if the book is not a 5-star for me, I still really enjoy it. I love the little YA books that she writes. I like that they don't have any spice in them. I like that they're just fun, sweet, antsy little books. I have The Shining by Stephen King. I just think that at some point I need to read this as like a cult classic, so I might as well. And I do really like what they're doing with the new covers on these. I'm sure some people do not like them at all, but I very much think that Stephen King usually has pretty simplistic covers, and they're not super cartoony or anything. They're very realistic in a way. Like, they have real items on there, but just overall they're not my favorite covers ever, so I like the revamp that they're getting right now, and I think that the new Shining cover is so cute. So definitely looking to get that one. Also by Stephen King, I have 11/22/63. I have wanted this one for quite a while now. I do think that I have it on my Kindle, but for some reason I have always wanted the actual copy of this book, so I might as well just go ahead and ask for it, because clearly I have not gotten it for myself. But I just think it sounds interesting. I think that for whatever reason I want the physical copy, so I've got that on here as well. I have Strange Pictures and Strange Houses. I have heard somebody talk about these, and they said that they were really interesting thriller books. We'll see what I think. I did see one of them at Books A Million, but I ended up not peeking through it at all. I don't really know the whole concept behind it, but I think from what I heard about it, it sounded really interesting. So I do have both of those on here. I have Babel by R.F. Kuang. I don't know why, but for some reason, I thought that this book had passed me up. I thought that it was a thing of the past, but now I have decided that I really want to read it. I don't know why, and I want the physical copy. Again, don't know why, couldn't tell you, but I think that it sounds really fun. I think that the whole dark academia vibe is something that I'm really wanting right now. So I put that one on here just in case. I think I've wanted that one for a long time. I did have a little phase where I was like, I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna take it off my want list, whatever. But now it's back. I think that I might as well just get to it. I've heard some people say that this is one of their favorite books ever, and I want to experience that. I have The Little Liar by Mitch Albom. I have had this book on my want list forever. I don't know what the deal is with authors coming out with new books that are only hard copy. I say I don't know what the deal is. I know what the deal is. It's more money. It's more expensive to get a hard copy, so they're selling more money in books to do a hard copy. I'm very well aware. Do I enjoy that? No, not at all. I think that the idea behind putting every single new book into only a hardcover is really obnoxious. I think gone are the days that we are getting a hard copy and a paper copy at the same time, where you can pick what you want. They're gone. Let's be honest, most people want paper copies of everything. So the fact that we have to wait for paper copies is so obnoxious, it drives me nuts. And that's the way that we're going with most everything. Most everything is coming out solely in a hard copy first. And then to get the paper copy, whether or not you're completing your series or you just want paper copies, just whatever, you have to wait forever to get the book. It's just so obnoxious to think everybody wants this book, everybody's so excited about it, they're not going to want to wait, so they are just going to get it in hardback, and we're going to make all of our money up front, and then they can get a paper copy like secondary if they want to. That stuff just, it irks me. It really does get on my nerves. I'm not a book publisher, so it's not my business, anything like that, but I really don't like it, so that's what I've been dealing with The Little Liar. I've been wanting to get this one for such a long time now because all of my other Mitch Albom books are the paper copies, and I really like the way that they do their paperbacks. I think it's really nice. They're nice matte textured covers, and then they have I don't know what the pages are called, but where the pages are not just completely sliced flat. I love the way that they do those, and now they're only releasing a hardback, of course, so that gets on my nerves. I've been waiting for the paper copy. Now on top of that, the paper copy is short. It's not like a big, long, nice, pretty book where it's thin. It's a thicker, short book, which don't even get me started. I could continue on this rant and keep going. But they finally have it out in a paperback, and I want it in paperback, so I have that one on here. And then the last books that I have on my list are books that I have already read. I really want copies of these. I have the If Only I Had Told Her, the collector's edition. I think that one is so pretty. I did not like the book as much, I will say that, I'll be honest. I don't think that book was anywhere near as good as the first book, but I just think a special copy of this one alongside of my first copy would just be too cute. I really want that one for no reason other than just it's really cute. And then I also have Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter on here. Like I said previously, I want to get this one a physical copy just so that way I have it on my shelf. I can reread it. Again, I like all of my books that I want to reread in physical form just so that way I personally own a copy of my books. That's the way that I like to do it. So I do want to get a physical copy of that so that way I can have it, can reread it if I want to. That's my book wish list. Again, not very many books on here. I would say some people might say that it's a lot. In no way, shape, or form do I think I'm gonna get all of these. In no way, shape, or form do I think I'm gonna get maybe like more than one or two, and that's totally fine. It's usually my brother that pulls through. Somehow, he always knows which books I want the most from that list and always pulls through for that. I think it's definitely a lot easier for him and he doesn't have to spend a lot of money, so that's kind of why I do it, for him, to help him out. But these are all the books that I'm asking for Christmas. Again, don't expect it, don't need them, but just a little hey, could be cool, because I'm gonna get them at some point anyways. But let me know what books you have on your Christmas list. I always find that so fun to know what other people are asking for Christmas. Let me know what books you really want for Christmas, or if you have books that you're wanting that you have already read as well. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate you, and I hopefully will get to see you in the next one tomorrow. See ya!